Vectorworks AI Visualizer offers architects and interior designers a host of benefits, including the ability to rapidly explore design ideas. Hi, my name is Manuel Ruiz, Senior Industry Specialist at Vectorworks. I've been collaborating closely with our engineers to provide you with the best solution and develop practical processes for using the Vectorworks AI Visualizer. There is a common misconception that AI is only valuable for creating out-of-this-world projects that are far removed from practical design. In this video, I'll go over the proof-of-concept application of AI-generated images and how this can be effectively used to design a small-scale project. But before we dive into the specifics, let's talk about how to create an effective prompt for generating architectural images. Think of a prompt like an architect giving instructions to an assistant over the phone about a new project. To ensure clarity, follow a simple formula, starting with a core ideal or goal. For example, it could be a motor house, a retail store, a museum, or an apartment building. Next, include specifics such as the architectural style or design aesthetics. You might specify styles like modern, Gothic, industrial, or colonial, and design principles or movements such as biophilic design or brutalism. AI also excels at interpreting materials and textures. Keywords like glass, steel, wood, concrete, smooth, reflective, or rough help guide the system to generate images aligned with your vision. It's also essential to describe the environment and setting. Context is crucial in architecture. Is a project located in a city or suburb? Is it in a rural or a tropical area? Consider mentioning climate-related elements like desert, tropical, or mountainous settings. If you have specific architectural features in mind, be sure to include them. For example, tall windows, cantilever balconies, reflecting pools, or open-plan atriums can add significant detail to your prompt. You'll be amazed how simple keywords like sunset, rainy day, starry night, or warm lighting can enhance the atmosphere of your image. Don't forget to describe the style of your final output, whether you are aiming for a watercolor or pencil sketch, a photorealistic rendering, or an artistic photograph. It is important to convey that clearly. Equally important is specifying what is not included. For instance, you might want to exclude elements like oversaturated colors, out-of-focus areas, or vehicles that could distract from your vision. Understanding these basic principles to craft the perfect text prompt will go a long way when exploring AI image creation. Let me take you through a design process using AI Visualizer. I'll apply this prompt creation formula so you can see it in action and hopefully feel inspired to create your own. The proposed design is for a fictional retail project of a clothing and lifestyle brand with an antique store aesthetic for its retail shop interiors. Let's start this project by creating a mood board. I already have a vision for the shop's interior aesthetic, but I'll use the AI Visualizer to further enhance the concept. You can find the AI Visualizer conveniently under the Model menu. In this window, focus primarily on the prompt field, adjust the level of creativity, and choose the Text Prompt Only option. Our first prompt reads, Interior Design Mood Board for the Store, featuring a variety of antique objects such as mannequins with vintage clothing, dishes, clocks, bookshelves, chandeliers, furniture, and suggested paint color swatches. By default, the images will be rendered as photographs unless you specify an artistic style. Now, I'll initiate the process by clicking the Generate button, and within seconds, the first image is ready. This process may be repetitive. It is not a one-time task. I'll continuously evaluate which images align with my vision and then refine the prompt to generate more precise results. Whenever I spot an image I like, I'll add it to my sheet, by clicking Create Bitmap Object. Composing a board is not difficult. Using our great set of tools, rescale, align, crop, and use image effects, you will always be able to produce a well laid out presentation board. For this mood board, I've selected 6 AI-generated images, representing ideas for furniture, clothing, dishes, lighting, and a suggested color palette. Here's a tip. Once your mood board is complete, return to the AI visualization window, but this time select Vectorworks Image and retype the original prompt. After a few versions, you'll get an outstanding final mood board. Next on my task list is brainstorming ideas for the exterior design of the store. I have a few concepts in mind, but I could use some help visualizing them before I start modeling. First, I like to explore whether the entrance should be centrally placed or positioned to one side of the storefront. If the door is in the middle, it would allow for equal-sized tall windows on either side, which is a good option. However, I may want to showcase larger furniture pieces, which will require more display space, so an asymmetric layout might be more appropriate. Another important aspect to consider is the storefront aesthetic. I want this store to feel timeless, as though it has always been part of the neighborhood, without appearing like a brand new shop. I'm looking for inspiration on the color palette, style of the storefront, and a signage. Let's craft a prompt that will help visualize these ideas. While I don't expect to generate the final solution, I'm looking for concepts that I can use to start modeling. Here's the draft prompt I've started with. An elegant antique shop on a city street with black frame windows and gold antique signage. The main entry door is off-center. The display includes vintage clocks, mirrors, vases, furniture, mannequins in lace dresses, and men's coats and hats. After several iterations, I created a collection of images, and here are the ones that stood out to me. Some options have more of an artistic style, pencil drawing, watercolor, nothing is really defined. And finally, some have more realistic style, including color paint swatches. Once we have finalized the vision of the project, it is time to dive into the modeling phase. Creating the 3D model for this project was a truly enjoyable experience. Let's not forget that we have a wide range of modeling tools at our disposal. Solid modeling is often our go-to choice, followed by NURB surfaces and subdivision objects. The key is to streamline the process for maximum efficiency and creativity. So I started with the exterior, keeping things simple, basic shapes and volumes to convey the general idea. The key elements include the window shapes, mullions, a few steps, and a small entryway leading into the shop, all just enough detail to set the scene without overcomplicating it. Inside, I began by defining the walls with a few surface planes, followed by adding fixed elements like the ceilings and a cashier's desk. However, shelving and clothing racks were uniquely crafted to add a distinct touch, and I added a small box-like forms to represent merchandise. These small details can truly elevate the quality of your final output. At this phase, it's not about creating photorealistic visuals, but about producing just enough material to spark creativity and design concepts for discussions. Now that we have a concept model, let's talk about how we can leverage AI to save significant time by reusing previous AI-generated prompts and settings. It's always a good practice to save your favorite AI-generated images into a designated folder, so you can quickly access them and build on them. I saved a few hand-drawn sketch-style visuals that yielded interesting results. From my AI Visualizer window, I can recall the exact text prompt and settings used to create those styles. Once I've selected a style, I can experiment by tweaking the text description and adjusting the level of creativity. When I find one that works, I keep it in the active window and connect it to my model. By setting Vectorworks as a source and pressing the Generate button, the AI applies a style to the current view. One tip: keep the Generate Similar button checked. This ensures the AI maintains the same style across different views of your model. Here are a few exterior views generated using the process. You can use the same approach to the interior views. Using just the white model, use the recall text prompt and apply it to the interior view. After a few attempts, I was happy with the results. These sketch style images successfully capture the essence of my vision for the store. You can use AI to assist you with other unique design tasks. Now that we have a concept design out of the way, let's take a look at adding contextual elements. It's only when we are nearly done that we realize some views feel incomplete, whether it is the surrounding buildings or adding depth to windows that currently show nothing but solid blue skies. Let's create images that represent the fictional context of the project. To achieve this, you can use a simple text prompt to generate a scene: a 3-story building with shops on the ground floor and apartments above, with a classic architectural style. After testing a few generated results, I've selected some that fit the vision. Once these are converted into Vectorworks textures, they seamlessly enhance the scene's realism and context. AI doesn't stop there. Another powerful application is the creation of seamless tiling images. These can be used for large prints, like accent walls in interiors, but there is even a more sophisticated use: designing textiles. Think about custom fabrics for window mannequins or upholstery for furniture pieces. Here's another exciting feature I want to share with you: create image props. Instead of building complex 3D objects like standing or walking people, we could use 2D image props. These are lightweight, memory efficient, and consist on simply crossed planes. The challenge is finding high-quality images with alpha channel. With AI, this task becomes much easier. By adding a straightforward text prompt, checking the right settings, and testing a few options, you can quickly generate usable images. Once you get the desired result, save the image as a PNG file and follow simple steps to create 3D image props. Adding these props, context, and by creating custom textures, all can bring life to a scene, appearing as window displays, people walking by, or anything else you can imagine. In summary, AI image generation transformed design workflows, moving beyond traditional methods we've relied on for decades. I'm thrilled about the possibilities AI brings to design ideation and visualization. I think of AI as my assistant, while I remain in control of the creative process. Explore it, embrace it, and don't forget to share your experiences on our community board. Until the next time.